and today we'll be talking about solutions. We don't want to criticize anyone.
I don't know if you talk solution without talking the problem.
Dropping mic was.
Let me just take a few minutes to ask me who in Kakra.
So then you want to give me the problems you have observed and you give me the solution according to them. So let's see your problem you've observed. But as I said, we want it to land on a good soil. So fire. If you want to fire them, say "Semna shall cook." Okay, go on. Welcome to K2media.gh, and today's edition we have a pending argument that was going on in our last sitting, and we want to put clearance to that aspect. Then we will take another argument or we'll take another point of view. Always talking about football for now because we are a media coming up, and gradually we'll get to talk about a lot of sports and other sports, and we have the means to contact a lot of people to talk about other sports, but we are still, we have to follow a certain process. So once again, welcome to K2 Media. And today, the pending topic of today is Ghana's league. And as if you check the stats, Kotoko is leading, Gold Stars are second, and Hearts of Oak 2 are there. So it's a tight race, and the league, people are not watching as they should. And today we'll be talking about solutions. We don't want to criticize anyone, but we will be talking about solutions to check, or we hope these solutions we'll be discussing here with my guest, and we'll see if this solution will land on a good soil, so that it might, never say never, it might grow and give us something better for our league. Okay, so for you watching us for the first time this in K2 Media, I would like to introduce, from my right, I have the Liverpool's leader, or the supporters union, their leader in Italy, Liverpool. They say they never walk alone. That's what they say. Nanaya. And I have Eben, he coaches a junior team here, under 12, he's a coach. And we have this supporters union for Juventus, the old ladies. Oko Alessio is also here with us. And we have the retired players. Abib, he was once a very, very, very good midfielder, spent a lot of sponsorship monies and teams money around here in Italy, and right now he has decided to hang the boots. But it's still, it's good to have him here. And we have the active player here, Michael Annan. He's the captain for his team. And unfortunately, today being on Sunday, he didn't come home with a victory. So during today's program, you see that he invests more, but you take it. It's part of the game. So you win some and you lose some. As Gattuso says, sometimes might be good, sometimes might be. You understand? So we take it that way. So once again, I would like to welcome you to K2 Media. And as I've given you the table of our Ghana League right now, as I said, Kotoko first, Gold Star second, and Hearts of Oak. So I'll go with my first question. And to you, my guest, what we're talking about today, as I said, is solution. I know as a Trima would say, Sem Shamuboa, you like to fire. You understand? Fire. Sem Shamubo, Sanshaya, they were dropping mic was. But our goal for this media is to make sure our message gets on a good soil, to bring something productive to our Ghanaian sports, and to our Ghanaian sports in general in all aspects. You understand? So my first question is, how do we improve our Ghanaian league? Solutions.
Sinyama, we don't feel talk solution without talking the problem. That's the question about answer.
But we all know the problem.
You don't know the problem.
Not many people.
Not many people understand the problem.
Okay, then
But the problem too is based on perspective. Yeah, because your problem is not Mike's problem.
It's
You understand?
it's the problems are huge. And also,
Exactly.
but can we let me just take a few minutes to ask me who any kakra.
So then you want to give me the problems you have observed, and you give me the solution according to them. So let's see your problem you've observed. But as I said, we want it to land on a good soil. So fire. If you want to fire them, say seven shall cook.
Okay,
Go on.
So let me start from somewhere. Okay. Some of us have followed Ghana Premier League for a very long time. Way back as far back as 99. Thereabouts. That's when I was really. I'm a strong supporter of Asante Kotoko.
Okay. So are you supporting them because they are first now?
No. I've been a strong supporter. He knows me from a kid. When I was a kid, he knows I support Asante Kotoko.
Okay.
See, back then, and this is what I think is the problem, that people are not patronizing the league anymore. Back then, we had teams like BAU. I'm not going to say Asante Kotoko and Accra. Everybody knows them. So we had things like BA United, from the Bronga Halfway region. We have Bofa Kwatam, from the Bronga Halfway region. We had Secondary Azakis. And then we had 11 Wise, all from the Western Front. We had Cape Coast Biswadra. Pay attention. I'm mentioning cities before I mention the teams. Cape Coast Biswadra. Okay. We had Royal Tamale United, RTU. We had, at one point, we had Kede Hospice, my hometown team, Kede Hospice. Yeah. Now,
you are from Achim, right?
You
forgot
Achim,
one.
you have footballers there?
Yeah,
You forgot one.
which one?
From who?
You could realize I'm mentioning towns before I'm mentioning the team. Back then, the teams, the teams had towns attached to them. It might sound really, really fuzzy, but the teams had towns attached to them, and the people from the town almost feel the same. Team near here. You get me? Team near here. So, say for instance, Kotoko is coming to play Second D Hazakis. The people of Second D say Second D Hazakis is their team. See the thing? So they are going to support Second D Hazakis against Kotoko. Online. So that like there was some sense of the team is for us. We are the real owners of the team. Accra going to lead this. The Accra people feel the team is for them. Kumasi King Faisal, Zongo boys in Kumasi felt the team was for them. Tamale people felt RTU was for them. So now there was no need for me to be in Tamale and support Kotoko. Because I can identify with real Tamale United. The owners were from the north. The owners of Hazakes were from the management. It wasn't owners. The management of Hazakes were from Western region and all those places. MND, Alaji, Sambu, Butler, all those people were there. MND Jaula was doing it for RTUs. Alaji MND Jaula was doing it for RTU. There was Herbert Mensah doing it for Kotoko. They had BA, Bofakwa, all those people. Now, I'm looking at the league now. See, question. Dreams FC on Gromway. Accra. Where do they? Nobody knows where they identify. They don't identify with any group of people. Only group they identify.
Young apostles.
Young apostles. You have no idea where they are from. What identify anything?
They are from the Ashanti.
Yeah, but where do they identify?
So we know that you watch us say the Bruno identify team now.
Yeah. It was a huge factor because the Crawford no feel say
it pulls
the team near there.
You get Liberty
than someone Liberty professionals. Than someone for everybody in that woman giant across of folk supporting
Because
supporting liberty professionals.
Me on the who is that?
Michael, trust me.
Only
Make us and then you teams are vision. We need to move free. Basake Holy Ghost. Nations.
So, who na who maybe on free but like you grow on free like
on free baby. But why is it that the people are not identifying with that?
I'm make us system ningo ye. That they made the problem me nyendi.
Okay.
Ningo support the team. Asa.
Masa, Ghana systems are the order that
no. Yaman ye na say.
But still, the order one. But back then, at the time of Commodore, sir.
Let me chip in something.
Chip in something, senior.
Also, GFN, before you joined the GFN, I was a Unyati. I need to have a team.
I was going to land on that point.
Oh, and he said, yeah, now, I'm going to say, you're GFN. No, I want to be. Because, say, or yeah, I'm say, yeah, per se, you're ready GFN. But because, say, you need team, into me. It's then I mean. And
this is where I was going to land on his point, sir. All of a sudden, the ownership of football clubs has become so easy, sir. Obia sorry, now what team identity. The team doesn't identify with any Ghanaian, any part of Ghana. Now what team. Now we treat anyway bribery referees now about Premier League. After what about Premier League? Premier League now buy no. Also fan base no info. Because only Obia identify. Dreams FC catch them be potent. Say Dreams FC yet na Sassuolo ha na yet na Achime Boakwa. And then friend pin 4-4-5 being a team call for a Kuma for say we went to call all the town people to come and sit down with us. That we are coming to form a team, so you are going to need your support and everything. That's not what happened. People just open up teams or they buy a Division 3 club, run around and put the team into the Premier League. And all of a sudden, all the traditional clubs are gone. BA United is no more. Bofakwa is no more. The Youngsters, they are no more. 11 wise.
11 wise are no more.
No for our team, you need one far.
Okay, and this how teams in the
because now a cabal has taken over the league. To talk to teams. Teams are able sure. As an Oya Santi Kotoko, any Accra Sufu. But Pando Heart of Lions. Now you Brekum just because they are only Brekum 4 identify. They identify with the people of Brekum. The rest of the teams here, Dreams FC, Karela, Legon City, Accra Lions, Young Apostles, Samates, Media. Where do they identify?
The perspective you're talking about is very, very important. Not coming to us, but who focusing on Premier League in Inqua? Because I say before Premier League, divisions for on
exactly.
The moment I say, and the divisions no more then, chance on back front. And so you find say you call baby to say Italy, no call Roma, Rome or Lazio. Rome team Ankasa. And but Frosinone or
exactly.
But Frosinone only at the same time, but they get the chance to meet.
I'm not saying so what you're saying is wrong.
Hold on, Mami landed. Into semi started, so maybe Misumo Accra. Let me start from Serie D of Accra team Bino. Let me have Bansa be Drew.
Okay.
You find a premium. Need to be in Basa, oh, maybe you soon
maybe some because you've been used to and all Syria Division 3. Division 3. Trust me, sir. Division 3 teams no almost support this one. The traditional Division 3 teams no almost Division 2
most definitely
almost support this one. New way no more they back Premier League, almost to teams no. First and foremost, they buy the team. They change the team's name. They try to even move the team from original location that team no one. I don't know how to fraud. So where is the identity? My two team example.
No, identity in India here.
Frosinone or Rome. Okay. Imagine say Skeni be about me with Scamato Frosinone. Now my sister Frosinone doing the call La Carella. Now me you Frosinone because I can do that. Me you Frosinone if you me you team no. My top team no. Me you team maybe Frosinone don't matter. Sassuolo ha.
Yeah,
Sassuolo so yes you was Sassuolo ha.
No, because
Yeah.
the mistake that like to me more or no is that Sana Oka said transfer no. Your fan said team now, baby I'm a top team no. We are talking about Ghana here and Europe as
Yeah, of course.
team now me toy baby I'm a toy no. Omo ni sa facilities no. Sisi akọ Ghana me movie team no to Accra. Say me nya chance say me 2 weeks a week me 2 times and not 3 times trainer. Me movie team no to Accra because time many synthetic park I'm renting for 2 days.
Yeah.
I hold now
Because
I hold now
send me keeping up ni local yeah but born one
Senior, that's where you also miss the point. The point I'm missing is say me eat team no fi anwenu e de omo ko Accra na. You go find him e dey be di me if
because you're going to lose your fans.
e dey omo back.
We're going to lose supporters. That's one. You're going to lose your
It's
fans.
buying, then it takes us to another part of the whole football administration. And why not develop the pitch there?
Yeah.
going to the
Facilities now.
we've all been in Ghana assassin and wine there.
Bushadia.
Assassin and wine there. The Bushmaker said 70% of the parks are in him. 70% of the parks are in him. Say, you said tough matches. Nah, sir, you've been in La. You stayed in La for some more major parks.
We have 3-4 major parks over there.
You have 4 major parks. And him say, hey, you can bobo how you can bobo how.
Yeah.
But they don't have the infrastructure.
You don't have the infrastructure, and we don't know even who it belongs to. Say, oh, we got tower.
Anything America say, that's what I'm also trying to say that. Say, team no waha. Na say, Sikaba. Investor ba say maybe top team now.
Invest over
there.
Invest because do you know a lazy approach say better team. Now my son me the team now at Craspo Stadium.
But also area so shifting team no come before Friday who say like or shifted the core obenya more
like Michael, who shift this squad? Why then you? Who knows them?
It's not
Who knows you?
shifting. The thing is, if you have the stakeholders that they are coming, they get interest in the league, and you don't have the infrastructures. You don't even develop a project. You don't present a good project to him, so that I'm saying that there are some under 70s players, under 20s. They are playing on such parts.
Okay.
That, to be honest, if you are trying to develop a good football player, you need the good infrastructure.
Exactly.
And that's
and we don't have
infrastructures you
academies.
talking. We are getting them, but it's not enough.
No,
We don't have academies.
What I'm trying to land on is the fact that the way ownership is being made to the teams is of excuse my French, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Because say, but now be to me team man. Now person to me team man. At least there should be some, and I said there should be some regulatory body that can say, okay, only who no. I was saying, say. You just don't sell the team.
No, they don't have those
system. Me don't team no. Me no me who hear me. Like me
Sika who hear.
And you know ba now this kind of me no answer my place no what about team.
Exactly, but and I may just say we ye 90 can say me yes kentino sir. That's how come I be do baby I be do. Me yes kenti sir.
So say you system na.
I be put it down so
system no.
The time Liberty Professionals bar to Premier League. No money stadium, but they built almost see stadium. Kitwe be the ball
Training. Are you talking of training pitch?
No, they had a training pitch and they played their league matches there in Dazuma. They didn't move. They played that. The only time we move here, they qualified for Africa and then they had to play on a bigger pitch at the Accra Stadium. But that was it. That was the only time they moved. RTU had the Caladan Park in the north. Master, look, you're missing a lot of things. Sikano cry, they were running teams no cry no. Trust me, say the time RTU Bobo Caladan Park no, they were getting more money.
They were getting more money.
More money. Because Obiabeba, how much you fight the cry now? Obiabeba. Now say probably now imagine say send Americano, Mati team or Labadi. You know, my fan base was Labadi. Many there was constant flow of money. All of a sudden, we have a two team. We moved team now Accra Sports Stadium. Nkofanye na be fi labadi ho aba Accra Sports Stadium say even though say good facilities pitch no so for the how much money am I making? I'm making less.
Even I can make a comparison. If you take Ivory Coast, the Ivory Coast, if you are seeing their football academies, they are always selecting good players. Why? Because the talents come from Europe. When they come to Africa, they come to and I think they are selected with the academies. They know that if I go to this academy, I'm going to get this type of players.
We don't have academies.
We don't have academies.
We don't have local academies. We don't have local academies in Ghana anymore.
We don't even have talent scouts. You know,
when I was growing up, there was Feyenoord, Ajax.
Yeah.
There was Feyenoord, there was Ajax.
Right now, Juventus is there.
It's
Man,
not
that thing is not an academy.
It's not an academy. It's for
That
money.
one is for money.
Sure.
The Juventus Academy is not scouting poor people children. No.
You know
But
why?
have you seen the kids playing?
You know why?
Oh, no, what are you talking about?
Have you seen
Oh.
them?
I've been to that academy before.
And you saw liars this from.
Oh yeah, people do go. People move from Teshi to that place.
But they
for
pay.
trials.
They pay.
No.
For trials.
For trials.
For trials.
No, Juventus Academy.
Yeah,
The Korea Summer project.
yeah.
You
The one,
pay-
the
pay.
one near the mall.
You get free entry, or if only they see you are very good, you are very talented.
You have to be exceptional.
But people get chances for
But
trials.
no,
there.
wait. But
You
the
get-
Juventus Academy they created in Ghana is not with selected players.
Or
It's
helping
just
the
about
system.
it's just
They're
about
not
helping
there
the
for
system
clubs.
to let the small boys could go and play for some.
You are there for money.
But
Yeah,
they're not. No, but it was not for money. It's not for scouting of
the
players.
work ethic on it.
It's not for scouting. No, it's purposely for money.
So we don't have a talent.
You know why? For me, you know why we are having this kind of problem. You know that let's remove this idea of people buying players, teams.
Buying
you know.
teams.
But you know that FIFA gives every federation money to improve your football. FIFA gives every federation money. Yeah. So if you don't use that money to improve your football, that's where people will say, come here, I'm coming to buy your team. I'm coming to. But Ghana, the money has been coming.
That's why.
C'est carnival. And I'm
So
going
that's where I would like us to go, rewind, and go back to my main point. Solution. The money is coming. To me, to the best of my knowledge, to me, we should use this year's money for this infrastructure in this town.
That's
Look,
Let's because this movement.
Let me chip in something. It still boils down to the whole fact, the whole ideology of corruption in Ghana football.
Exactly.
So let me give you an example. So in '95, I think I was 6 or 7 or 6 or 5, I don't remember. There was a squad that went to Ecuador to play in the Under 17 thing. And then we had 97, there was a squad that went to play another, or I will play junior and those boys. You see, those players were selected from teams from Division 2, Division. Those were the times we were selecting players based off merit. So until Akolanoko under 20 now, a team will spot him. About team bang, a foreign team will spot him. About team bang, or about Olympics. Oh, you better turn 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. Olympics be like a crack. Olympics will get something. Now, fast forward to now. Liberty professionals built a whole foundation of football based off the fact that the players he has the best under 17, under 20 junior teams. He had the best. And the players, Michael Essien, all of them, Asamoah, all of them came from that place. And the man was making money based off the fact that the players be under 20. He will make some money. Now, fast forward to now. One man has captured the whole thing and is putting his players there. Who is buying? The teams are not even making money because the players no cry and talk.
Yeah,
Because players no you select your for monko under 17 and under 20 no man kakrapa ba omo. Look recently, Tema Youth, Eton Patema from Atletico to Arsenal. Tema Youth now 500,000. The team now ball, cost team or ball between time with 12 years, ever 15 years, only at $780,000. Cost team at $780,000. The youth now no kita a card. The last team kita on a card now. They have $500,000. Now, think through your head, say, how much Saskano? Them pan a bit. Imagine near $500,000 by Yamate. So when one person and his cartel, they take everything, they select their own players and then they are selling their own players. Like players spend more opportunity say go and play in the under 17, go and play in the under 20, go and play in the junior side. So players in Kwana they are the only ones making money. Other teams in normal years KBR. So they are not so the Liberty team built a whole foundation for almost 10-15 years based on the fact say they were selling players. Based off the fact said their players were selected for junior tournaments. They were making a lot of money. Junior tournaments, no. Accra of football is not getting any part of it. Teams not making it. Imagine King Faisal. Only as carry brief for yourself. Someone say perform. A lot of money. The first big money. I like to say the first big money in was from Oseko. That's another time Ghana King Faisal no more Premier League. You get it. So that's how come he got money, started buying more players, developing talents, got into the Premier League, and he built a fan base. Scano, he's not waiting on FIFA money, but at least because the player called under 17. I mean,
that means I never know yes, no. That means stand up no.
But to make a project goes well, you need to have a business plan. So, first of all, if you get the money, you have to know what can we do with that.
But the money is not coming.
The money is not coming.
Wait.
We
don't have stakeholders coming in Africa, especially in Ghana.
We do.
Wait, to give some interest so that they will put their money on it. We don't have that stakeholders.
It's not attractive.
So yes, exactly. But why? Because how is it possible that if I'm coming to get some players in Africa, we don't have even coaches. If we are analyzing even the league, we don't have coaches. We don't form coaches anymore. We don't have a school for coaches. We don't have it. So how can you develop a football player? Even our former football players, the Black Stars, what are they doing actually? They are retired. Why can't we use such people, such big people like Stephen Appiah, Hassan Wanchan, Michael Essien, Sule Muntari? I can mention John
is coaching right now.
I can mention a lot of people.
Samoa.
They are retired. We are not using them.
So. I think he went in for it.
All these players that I'm just mentioning, they have a lot of contacts from Europe because they play a real football. So why don't we use these people? Actually, what are they doing in Ghana?
No,
I think it's something personal.
I can talk of Asamoah because I saw Asamoah soon. He did one time a video where
he was coaching.
He was coaching and the players were warming up and the referee wasn't there. No, when it comes to Asamoah,
it's like we can correct him.
It's in Europe. It's not starting in
No, it was in Ghana.
It was in Ghana. It was in Ghana.
Let me correct him also.
Because he has a team also. Asamoah has a team also. And he goes to the park to scout players. And he got to the park and that one team was ready. The other team was ready. But they were now calling the referee.
Let me correct him. I want to correct him. Ghana has coaches. But the problem is, because we have a system for a certain group of people, they are the people who are in charge, controlling things.
The football
controlling
just mentioned.
So when they say we want you, that's where you come out. Like his name is a coach.
tie for one mo de ni almighty bob what you say like a 2 million I had open no I remember open share so I remember what you say no patch subscribe na like it I don't know fine me so what you say get 2 million big ups boom